First lap complete already. The Thursday Night Thunder All-Star underway with the 41 of Moldy Muskrat leading at the front. He's got the Season 1 champion, Lurkin Tom Gaming, in the second position. And then it is the 4 of Deplorable Me in third. Crotum, who started on the pole, shuffled to the back of the top 5, but now back in contention. Once again, 3 laps underway and 23 circuits remain in the opening stage. The 20 of Crotum sitting in that 4th position, looking back to the 17 of Boss E. Geo in that 5th third car from Nassau, Bahamas, trying to make his way up through this field. Not a Thursday Night Thunder regular, but still fighting for every spot he can get. It's all about the win in tonight's All-Star race. Side by side for the lead out of turn number 2 between Moldy Muskrat and Deplorable Me. 41 to the inside, 4 car to the outside. Scrolling back to this field, there's Moldy on the outside of the 4 of Deplorable. There is the Mobil 1 Mustang making contact with the 41. Hard contact out of the corner. The 19 of Lurkin Tom sailing into the air after seemingly both drivers losing patience. Unbelievable what's happening here with 20 laps to go and a big lapse in judgment between the 4 of Deplorable and the 41 of Moldy just on the 5th lap of competition. Nobody backing off out of turn number 4 and instantly a huge wreck down that front straight. The Dayton native in the number 4 Mobil Mustang out of the 4th corner with Crotum behind him. Moldy to his outside. More contact as they come to the line, and the yellow flag is out in stage number 1 in the Thursday Night Thunder All-Star. And at home, we're going to take a quick 60-second break while the drivers come down pit road, get their tires, get their fuel. 30-second break here. We'll come back for a driver interview before we restart the first stage. We're now ad-free for the next 10 minutes going through these pit stops here. Ryan Pennell in that number 12 Body Armor Mustang, a native to the Fort Worth area. He's here at his home track trying to get a win in the Thursday Night Thunder All-Star. Bringing up those race facts tonight, drivers are going to have 24 laps in this first stage, 25 in the second, and 35 laps to round out stage number 3. Nothing but bragging rights on the line for each and every one of these pilots in this All-Star race. The KC Masterpiece, Seth Dubb 9 from South Kansas City to the inside of Bossy Geo getting ready for this restart. New Jersey's Tristram being involved in that first accident. Big damage to the front of that Ally Chevrolet, as does Term catching some scrapes on the front of that FedEx Camry. Twisted Navy in the 18, M&M's Camry behind the New Jersey native Tristram. And it looks like a DNF already from Moldy Muskrat in the 41 car. And he started on the pole for this race, and he will end the TNT All-Star in heartbreak. Big shame for the 41. The 20 of Crotum, who started outside row number 1, now lining up, getting ready to go 2 by 2. We're going to throw the green flag to restart this second stage next time by. It'll be 16 laps to go when we restart stage number 1. And already we've learned that these drivers are ruthless out on that racetrack. They are taking no prisoners. Hopefully a bit more patience will be exercised this time around, but a lap 4 crash between the 4 of Deplorable Me, the 41 of Moldy. Muskrat sending Lurkin Tom into the air, seeing Moldy Muskrat retire from this race early on. There is the Season 1 Thursday Night Thunder champion involved in that accident. He's now got his repair. He's back out on the racetrack. There is Dayton, Ohio's Deplorable Me in that 4-car, 2x2, 7 rows deep, getting ready to restart stage number 1 with 16 laps to go. Pride on the line, coming to this start-finish line, waiting for the signal. Green flag is out. Let's restart stage number 1. To the outside of the number 4, it's Bossy Gio in the 17, taking advantage of the outside space on the 4. Deplorable Me with more aggression now on that 17. 3 Fords in the top 3. Bahamas, United States, your top 3. The Bahamian Boss E. Gio has a reputation for winning in Thursday Night Thunder on the rare occasion, but he is now in the lead now. The 4 of Deplorable Me makes a little bit of contact with the 17, loses momentum out of 4, 17, 12, 4. Now your top 3 drivers, and there is the Bahamian in the 5th third Mustang, Boss E. Gio, leading this race. Mama Vols into the chat says, "Hey Rick, Mama, how you doing today? Glad to have you in this chat. Glad you're here for All-Star Night." Bossy Gio, the Bahamian, to the lead. Now, Deplorable Me in the 4-car, filling in that gap in 2nd place. There is Ryan Pennell now in that 4th spot behind the 20 of Crotum, the Fort Worth native here just to win, just to do well. Laps ticking down in this first stage. Lucky number 13 laps underway. Drivers will have 12 to go next time by in stage number 1. Lots of drivers already taking on damage. Drivers needing to exercise patience in these opening laps. There's the 20 of Crotum coming down on Ryan Pennell and cutting off his own momentum with that impatient move. Now the Canadian nifty agenda to the inside of Crotum off of turn number 2. The South Massachusetts driver, Lurkin Tom Gaming, in the number 19 Bass Pro Camry, sitting just outside the top 5 positions as Arch Enemy drops out of that top 5. Deplorable Me sitting in 2nd, hunting down the 17 of Bossy Gio. Here comes Ryan Pennell in the 12, now putting a couple tires to the inside of the grass. He's looking for position on Deplorable. 3 wide out of the 2nd corner. Now Crotum to the inside of Pennell. Deplorable Me on the outside. He scrapes the wall out of turn number 2 on that 3 wide exchange. Loses on another 3 wide exchange, and the 4-car sent to the back of the top 5. Now the Canadian, Ontario's very own nifty agenda to the outside of the 20-car Crotum. Losing control out of 4, and Deplorable Me takes advantage of that loss of control. Now with 10 laps remaining in this first stage. 17 still leads, 12-car in 2nd. You've got 4 Fords in the top 5. The lone Canadian nifty agenda now struggling with the Floridian Richie C on his inside. The Kansas City native Seth Dubb now to the inside of nifty after he scrapes a turn 4 wall. The Season 1 champion Lurkin Tom Gaming to the inside of the lone Canadian. And OVO losing his top 5 spot, but still in contention despite the damage on the outside of his hot rod. Here's Deplorable now in 3rd, chasing down the Dallas Fort Worth native Ryan Pennell. Nifty Agenda now following in close pace behind Lurkin Tom Gaming with the 24 of Richie C on the outside. That 22, Shell Pennzoil Ford struggling to maintain grip. Back at the front with 8 circuits remaining. Bossy Geo leading in the 17, but here comes Ryan Pennell to his inside, painting the back end of that Roush Ford with red body armor sheet metal. Seven laps now remain in this first stage of the TNT All-Star. After stage number 1, we're going to take a 30-second break to keep the pre-rolls off and keep the action going commercial-free. Crotum losing it down the backstretch. Deplorable trying to go to the outside of the number 20, Reezer's Camry, but he's stuck in 4th, and Car 4 hits that turn 4. White apron marker. Now the KC Masterpiece. Seth Dub 9 to the inside of the Dayton Flyer, and Deplorable Me back down to 5th. 3 Fords in the top 5. Now the 12 of Ryan Pennell getting closer to that 17 of Bossy Geo. There's the 17. The 12 car right behind him, and coming to 5 laps to go. Is there anything left in the tank for the Dallas native? Four to go next time by Ford, Toyota, your top 3. Chevrolet of Seth Dub 9 sitting in the 4th position. Here's Crotum now tailing the back of that 12 of Ryan Pennell. It looks like Pennell has lost all the mojo out of that car, all the good speed out of those tires, because the 17 of Bossy Geo's now pulling away the 20 of Crotum, trying to get to the inside of the 12, but he leaves the window open. Seth Dub 9 now moves into the 3rd spot. Ford, Chevrolet, now your top 3. The Hooters Camaro just inches behind the 12. 3 to go this time. Hard contact between the 2 of COT Tommy and the 48 of Tristran. You can see heavy damage on the front of the Ally Chevrolet. Coming to the line, 9 cars struggling for that grip, but we stay green. No yellows within the final few laps. The 20 of Crotum looking to the inside of Seth. Seth Dub not giving up the spot. 2 laps to go. 3 miles next time by. The 12 of Ryan Pennell to the outside of Bossy Geo. This for the lead into 3. Three miles remain in this opening stage. 9 car now to the outside of the 12. Seth Dub trying to take the lead out of turn number 2. Going the long way around out of Texas 2. Struggling to maintain that grip. 12 car now to the inside of the 9. 12 car still there. The 9 of Seth Dub muscling his way around Ryan Pennell. Chevy Ford with the white flag in the air for stage number 1. Nassau's Bossy Geo. Look at this. Ryan Pennell losing all that grip out of turn 4. Now Ford, Chevy, Toyota, your top 3 as the 20 of Crotum gets to his inside. Bossy Geo still leading this race with the 9 of Seth Dub with a great run out of 2. He'll have one more shot to get the opening stage win. 17, 9, 20, Mustang, Camaro, Camry out of 4, and that's going to be the running order for stage 1. Bossy Geo getting that checkered flag in the opening period of racing. Quick 30-second break and we'll be back for the restart of stage number 2. Bossy Geo, Rick James in the booth. You got me, buddy?
Yep, I got you, Rick.
Boss, fantastic win on that opening stage, pal. You really held off a hard-charging Ryan. What's the secret to staying in front?
Just made a few adjustments there to tighten the car up. I saw a few of those guys were getting real loose off of turn 3 there. So I just made some adjustments. The car stuck pretty well. and managed to hold off a few of them. So
Before
that
we
was
go
stage
green here,
one.
boss, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
I like cookies and cream, man.
Cookies and cream. Best of luck in stage 2, pal. Crotum starting third for this stage. The 17 of Bossy Geo starting in the front for stage number 2. Green flag is out once again. 20 car of Crotum now to the inside of Bossy Geo out of Ford, Toyota, Ford, Chevrolet, your top 3. The 4 of Deplorable Me sitting in 4th. Crotum, new leader at Texas, almost looking like they're going to go 3 wide for 3rd place. The 9 of Seth scraping the outside wall. The 4 of Deplorable really digging the car into the bottom lane, but washing his own car up the racetrack. Able to hold off the 12 of Ryan Pinnell, but cutting off his own momentum with such a deep move into 1. Bossy Geo gets him headed into 3. 2017 4, your top 3. 24 laps will be the length in this second period of racing. 23 now to go. Ryan Pinnell, who had a shot to win stage 1, but the tires just gave out a few laps before the end, looking for good tire management this time around. The 17 of Bossy Geo said he made some adjustments to tune his car into stage-winning shape. There he is now on the outside. Look at this, 3 wide for position. The 4 again muscling his way to the inside. 3 wide again through the dog leg. Ryan Pinnell to the inside of Seth Dubb with 22 laps to go in this second stage. Minor contact between the 18, 9, 11, and 17 out of turn number 2. Crotum still leading in the 20. Tristram involved in that late stage 1 accident. Will he get back on the horse and get into race winning contention? It's not about the stage points. It's all about the overall victory in this all-star race. Moldy Muskrat in the chat saying, I had to back out. Something came up. It's a shame you had to back out, Moldy, but we're glad that you are with us to let us know, buddy. Glad to have you in this chat. Sit back and enjoy the rest of this show because stage 2 is really heating up. The Kentucky Pilot Suicideways in the Dow Frost Camaro losing the draft, but trying to get that number 3 RCR Chevy back into the top 10. Slams the wall out of 4, mowing the lawn through the dog leg, and it just got a lot harder in the final 19 laps for Suicideways. One driver coming down pit road already. That's the 24 of Richie C. in the Liberty Chevrolet. Crotum still in the lead with Deplorable behind him in that 4 car. Lurkin Tom Gaming in the Bass Pro Camry to the inside of his Gibbs teammate Termvee. Arch Enemy with a big hit to the wall, now coming down on the Connecticut driver, COT Tommy, losing control of that good humor Chevrolet. Deplorable Me in the 4 car, now behind that 20. Crotum, Deplorable Me, Ryan Pinnell, your top 3 coming to the final 17 laps of this second stage. Ryan Pinnell, who in that first stage burned his tires too quickly. Will he be able to hold on to those Goodyears long enough to make a charge for this win? He's got Deplorable just ahead in the 4 car. Ryan Pinnell in close pursuit of car number 4 into that first corner. 15 laps to go in this first stage. Next time by, Seth Dubb 9 calmly holding on to 4th with the 19 of Lurkin Tom behind him in 5th. Seth and Lurkin, both the highest ranked Chevrolets and Toyotas in this race so far. Now the 9 to the inside of the 12 puts a bumper to his inside, and now the season 1 champion Lurkin Tom looking to the inside of the KC Masterpiece. 15 laps to go in stage 2. Crotum leading in the Reesers Camry. Then you've got Deplorable in second in the Mobil 1 Ford. The Bass Pro Tracker Boats Toyota of Lurkin currently sits in third, but here comes the Hooters Chevy of Seth Dubb in fourth, and it's the Body Armor number 12 Ford of Ryan Pannell about to be overtaken by Bossy Gio in the 17th for fifth. Pannell hits the wall, now cars flying through the inside grass. COT Tommy taking a trip through the grass. Ryan Pannell with a bit of a mix-up out of turn number 4. There's Tommy flying back up onto the racetrack. So far, so good. Back at the front of this race, Crotum in the 20, plowing ahead while the rest of these drivers fight for position behind him. There's the 9 of Seth Dubb, the 48 of Tristram overtaking the 12 of Ryan Pannell. That tells you how far back he fell down. Back to this line, the 20 of Crotum crosses it, and we stay green. Still green flag racing in stage 2. Lurkin Tom Gaming now taking second place after that grand exchange. The 4 of Deplorable Me getting shuffled back to fourth. The 17 of Bossy Gio in third. And the 5th Ford Mustang now to the inside of DP for fourth. Seth sits just up ahead in third, challenging Lurkin Tom Gaming for the second position. 11 laps to go next time by in this second stage. Crotum leading, Camry, Chevrolet. Your top 3 drivers will have enough fuel to go to the end, but tires will be the biggest issue this evening for these pilots. Talking to Deplorable Me before we went green, he said it's all about the tires tonight, Rick. The 9 of Seth Dubb chasing down Lurkin Tom Gaming. No stage points today, so the 9 of Seth Dubb would do well to keep that car in third, saving his resources, but he just struggled to keep that car on the racetrack. There's the 9, falling well behind the challenge for second now, and the 17 of Bossy Gio now right there for fourth. Crotum, on the other hand, just blistering this pack at the front of this race. There's the Reesers Camry sitting in first, just bossing the pace out here, taking a bit of a trip through that dogleg. Staying green so far, and you can see that the tires are starting to give out on these race cars. 9 laps to go in this second stage, and while the 20 has managed those tires well thus far, the 19 of Lurkin Tom Gaming now chasing him down, closing the gap, coming to 8 laps to go. Deplorable Me in that 4 car, he sits 5th, chasing down the 18 of Twisted Navy. The 22 of Nifty Agenda having to check up to stay off the wall. He's now battling with Suicideways in the 3 Dowfrost Chevrolet. The Northern Ontario pilot trying to stay ahead of the ace from Kentucky. Out of 4, the 3 car losing the tires again. Suicideways plowing through the grass. Coffee-colored clouds of smoke getting kicked up into that Texas sky, but he makes it through unscathed. The 24 of Richie C also by his lonesome. There's the 17 of Bossy Gio losing control of his race car. Back onto the racing surface right ahead of the 18 of Twisted Navy, who barely misses him. 7 laps now remain in this second stage. The number 4 Mobil 1 Mustang of Deplorable Me now behind the 17 of Bossy Gio, side by side into 3, and you can safely assume the tires on that 5th third Mustang are well and truly cooked. Ryan Pannell also struggling in that Body Armor Ford. Well off the pace, and those tires are done for as well. 6 laps now to go for Ryan Pannell. The battle for second rages on. 5 at the line, this time by 2019 9, your top 3, the Hooters Chevy of Seth Dubb 9, chasing down the Southern Massachusetts pilot, Lurkin Tom Gaming. possibly learning some lines, possibly just trying to save his stuff. If it does come down to a late caution here in stage 2, pitting will only be permitted during the stage break. So drivers must get their tires and fuel here in this stage 2 before starting stage 3. And there's big contact between the 4 and the 2 coming out of turn 4. Now going back to the 4 of Deplorable and the 2 of COT Tommy. The Dayton driver up top, the Connecticut driver on the inside there. Out of turn number 2, the 4 of Deplorable losing control of that race car inside the final 5 laps, coming to 4 to go. And car number 4 falling off the pace. The life has fallen out of those tires and he's now struggling to just stay in contention before the end of the second stage. 2 to go next time by. Deplorable Me running in the 8th position. The 17 of Bossy Gio now challenging COT Tommy. This for 5th. They're going to split the 88 of Arch Enemy. Or they'll think again. Now Arch Enemy holding on to 4th ahead of Tommy in that 2. Here comes Boss to the inside of Tommy, who now gets the 6th position away. Arch Enemy sitting in 5th up ahead. The 17 clears the 2 with 2 laps to go. Deplorable on the high side, just nursing that race car to the stage 2 finish line. Arch Enemy in the 88 next on the list for the 17 of Boss, who's done a wonderful job of managing those tires. Now a battle for second. There's the 20 of Crotum, losing that race car, but still up ahead. You just saw how Lucy was out of 4. Crotum still leading, 1 lap to go in this final stage. Lurkin gets the position back in the 19. Fans at home will take another quick 30-second break at the end of stage number 1, which Crotum looks like he's about to win. If he can hang on to that race car out of 4, the Reezers Camry with a dominant performance in stage 2 gets the stage win. Lurkin Tom coming home in 2nd, and Seth Dubb appeared to finish 3rd, but he wrecked out of 4. And look at this huge wreck here. Seth Dubb losing the race car right before the end of the stage. We'll actually stay commercial free during this stage break. Let's see if we can get a word with our stage winner in this break. It's Crotum. Crotum, Rick James in the booth. You got me, buddy? Crotum, Rick James in the booth. You got a copy? Crotum, one more time. Rick James, you got me? And nothing from Crotum there, so we're going to let him get back to work in this stage break, and we will get Crotum eventually here if we can get a word with him. I think we put him in the wrong spot. Crotum now starting 3rd with the 22 of Nifty Agenda to the inside, the 19 of Lurkin Tom to the outside, waiting for that green flag now. It's stage number 3, the final stage of the All-Star. And we're actually going to send our 2 stage winners up to the front. So it's going to be Crotum up ahead in the 19. Lurkin Tom up ahead in the 19 car. Bossy Gio in the 17, who will be starting 1st and 2nd for this 3rd stage. It's going to be 35 laps to the end, and tire management will be crucial, but also drivers must come down for a stop. They do not have the fuel range to go the distance if it goes green the entire way. You can see drivers will have between 29 and 32 laps of range as the 22 of Nifty Agenda has gone around right before that start-finish line. He'll need to get moving, and get back in line, back in contention if he wants to start this one on time. But Bossy Gio in that 17 car will now lead this 3rd 35-lap segment to the line Green flag is out through the Freedom Venture restart zone, and Bossy Geo starts the final period of All-Star Racing at Texas. Cars losing control, cars spinning everywhere. There's a wreck behind them. The 22 of Nifty coming down pit road. The 88 of Arch Enemy slamming the wall there out of turn 2. You saw that coming. Now they're racing to the line. Are they racing to the caution? Bossy Geo does get there first in the 17. And there is a yellow flag, so a caution straight away to start the third segment of racing. And that, in effect, right there just took all the fuel mileage out of the question. 33 laps to go now. Drivers will be restarting with about 31 laps remaining, and they certainly will be able to go the distance here on fuel. So now it's going to be nothing but a straight shootout to the end of this race. Bossy Geo leading these drivers down into pit road. Let's see if we can get a word with the Bahamian one more time. Bossy Geo, Rick James, you got a copy?
Yep.
Boss, you're starting stage 3 on the pole, and early caution has almost certainly taken the guesswork out of the fuel range. So now the question is, can your tires go 30 plus laps all the way to the end?
We're gonna see here, Rick. But I think the cautions aren't done yet, so I know these guys are gonna get really amped up for these last few laps here. So I'm just gonna bank on another caution. But the car is pretty good on the long run as well, so I should be okay on tires, man.
Tires is going to be the biggest issue here. How difficult is it to pass on this racetrack? Where's your best opportunity to pick these cars off?
The best would be going into turn 1. Some guys get really tight there. So you try and arc your car down so you can get underneath them and set them up on the backstretch and get the runoff. So hopefully these guys that didn't pit in front of me, hopefully we can get past them and get back to the front.
Patience will be key, boss. We're going to let you get back to work, buddy. Best of luck.
All right. Thank you, buddy.
Bossy Geo getting back in position in that 17 car. The 20 of Crotum back to the front. We'll see who took 2, who took 4, but it's the 20, the 18, and the 2 all single file. It looks like we're going to take one more lap to get situated. In this lap, fans, we're going to take a 60-second break to keep these pre-rolls off, and we'll be ad-free for the next 20 minutes. Don't go anywhere. 60-second break, and we'll be back for the restart of stage number 3. Getting lined up 2 by 2, ready to restart the race one more time. There you see 35 laps, the original length of this stage. This final stage about to complete its 60th lap of the scheduled 84. So we're going to have just 24 laps to go before this one's done. Moldy Muskrat to the, Crotum to the inside. It's going to be Twisted Navy to the outside. A Camry lockout of row 1, waiting for the green flag. Cars are moving, and we're racing one more time in Texas. 2, 4, 17, your top three now down the front. A big accordion formed by that Hooters Chevrolet after the pileup out of 2 caused these drivers to check up. The 12 of Ryan Pannell to the inside of the 11 of Term V. They're going to make a little bit of contact out of 4. The 11 of Term scraping that wall. Tristan behind his brother Richie in the Liberty University Chevrolet. And these two siblings racing side by side in the All-Star. 24 having to check up to get off that wall. The 11 of Term V out of the outside of the 12 car. Still hanging on. Twisted Navy in the 18. He's now to the inside of the 11. The 2 of COT Tommy still leading this race. But for how much longer will those tires hold? These race cars are slipping and sliding everywhere on this racetrack. 18 to go. Car 18 in the 7th position. 3 Fords on the podium. COT Tommy in the 1st position with the 4 of Deplorable Me right behind him. Deplorable continuing to use the bumper on the 2 of Tommy. But how long before the sheet metal gives out and the 4 starts causing more damage to the front of his car? The 17 of Bossy Gio applying the same pressure to the 4. 17 to go in this race. And the tires continue to get a bit worse with each circuit they turn. The 4 of Deplorable losing control out of 2. The 2 of COT Tommy still leading this race. Both of these drivers unable to hang on for top 3s in either of the first 2 stages. And there's a big wreck out of the corner. The 12 of Ryan Pannell slamming the wall. The 11 of Term V getting into the outside retaining barrier. There is the 12 of Nifty Agenda to the inside. Huge wreck there. The 18, the 88 making it down pit road. And there is the yellow flag. These drivers slowing down for the first caution of stage number 3. Let's see if we can get a word with COT Tommy in car number 2. Tommy, Rick James in the booth. You got a copy? Tommy, crazy crash out of turn 4 there, but your Discount Tire Ford coming to life in the second half of this all-star race. What adjustments did you make to get ahead of the field? $14 laps to go next time by. It seems like the aggression has not stopped since lap number 1. Who's your toughest opponent on the track? Coming to green next time by, Tommy, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream? Strawberry's a great flavor of ice cream. And hopefully you get some celebratory strawberry at the end of this race. Best of luck, Tom. The Connecticut pilot, COT Tommy, getting back in line, getting ready to restart this race with 14 circuits remaining. There is where we're at this evening. Texas Motor Speedway, the 1.5-mile D-Oval. Sister tracks to Atlanta and Charlotte that look identical to tonight's all-star circuit. And what a track it's been for us this evening, coming to 14 laps to go as the drivers still spread out. We'll see if we go green this time by. The 11 of Term, you can see, has gone around. There is the 11 again, who's lost control of his race car, and that in effect will just, yep, this will indeed wipe out this restart. So it's going to, are they racing? No, I thought we were racing here. But we will go green with 13 laps to go as the drivers still getting lined up, and it'll be a 13-lap shootout to determine the winner of the TNT All-Star. Fans at home, we're still going to go commercial-free for the next 12 minutes, so let me just talk about Freedom Venture Properties, a real estate business based out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, who are passionate about all things real estate and committed to leading their clients into freedom from real estate burdens. Their process includes an offer that is fair, a process that is quick and easy, and they are here for you. Reach out to them today. You can email them at info@freedomventureproperties.com, or you can get them on their website, freedomventureproperties.com. COT Tommy in the 2 to the inside of Deplorable Me in the 4. You've got 3 Fords in your top 4 positions waiting for the signal. Lucky number 13, laps to go in the All-Star race, and we're racing again at Texas. Contact at the back as a dozen circuits remain. The 48 of Tristran scraping the wall, and he slams it again into turn number 1. So far, no one else appears collected, so we make it through unharmed. Ford, Toyota, Chevrolet, your top 3 with the 20 of Crotum in second, the 24 of Richie C in third. Now, Bossy Gio all over the back end of that 24 car for position. There's Ryan Pannell sitting in the 6th spot behind the Season 1 champion Lurkin Tom. Bossy Gio now into third with help from Deplorable Me with 11 laps to go. Boss now under Richie for second. 3 Fords on the inside line looking to take the top 3 spots. .217, your top 2 and running away with this one. Will these 2 form a tandem to draft away from their rivals? Now, this time by the top 5 separated by half a second with 10 laps to go. Bossy Gio to the inside of COT Tommy. Will the 17 make it stick? No, he doesn't have the momentum to keep the speed going down the back. Deplorable Me in the 4 to the outside of Lurkin Tom, who puts his Bass Pro Camry to the inside of the Mobil 1 Mustang for third. Now Lurkin Tom Gaming with a run to the inside of Bossy Gio. 9 laps to go in the All-Star. Ford, Toyota, Ford, your top 3. The 20 of Crotum now getting to the inside of the 4 of Deplorable. Mustang Camry coming to 8 laps to go. The 4 of Deplorable trying to look to the inside of that number 20 car. There's Deplorable in the Mobil 1 Mustang just behind the 20 of Crotum with some contact. The 4 tries to put the bumper to the 20, and now he slides through the grass, losing all that speed, all that momentum, getting split by the 88 and the 24 Hendrick Chevrolets, who are now splitting the 18 of Twisted Navy out of 2, and it's going to take a miracle for the 4 car to climb back into contention. At the front of this race, Lurkin Tom Gaming finds the opportunity to sneak to the inside of COT Tommy. Fewer than 9 laps remain in this All-Star. Lurkin, Tommy, side by side. It's 7 to go now. 6 next time by. This whole race, I've neglected to mention the 2 of COT Tommy is our lap counter tonight. Tip of the cap to Tommy. Thank you so much for streaming your race so we can watch these laps tick down. 19, 2, your top 2. The 20 and the 17 of Crotum and Boss side by side making contact out of 4. The 20 getting a bit too aggressive with the 17. Tires now really wearing down. 20 ahead of the 17, down the back straight, the 12 of Ryan Pannell in the body armor. Ford now putting the bumper to the 17 of Bossy Gio. The 17 washes high. The 12 and the 19 under the 17, almost 3 wide out of 4 for position. 6, I believe it's now 5 laps to go, excuse me. It is indeed 5 to go, 4 next time by. The Season 1 champion, Lurkin Tom Gaming, just ahead of the 2 of COT Tommy, but did the horse kick too early. 4 to go this time. Does he have the tires to go the distance? Three to go next time by. 19 to 20. Your competitors for this lead. The 12 of Ryan Pannell, the Fort Worth driver, sitting in fourth ahead of Seth Dub 9. The season 1 champion who's only got 2 victories this season compared to his rival Marsh Mauto's 6. 3 circuits remain. The 2 of COT Tommy all over the back of Lurkin Tom. Does the Bass Pro Camry have the tires left to hold off the Discount Tire Ford? Don't forget about the Reesers Camry of Crotum. Has Crotum conserved enough resources to still stay in contention? 3 miles remain. Lurkin leaves a window open on the inside, trying to lure Tommy into sending it in deep. Tommy doesn't send it in too far. The 20 of Crotum closing the gap with the white flag out. Next time by, Tommy giving it everything, almost touching the wall, but look at the closing speed into 3. Tries to send it in, has to think otherwise. Now he has to check up. The 20 of Crotum now to his inside for second place. White flag is out in the All-Star. 1 lap to go for Southern Massachusetts. Lurkin Tom Gaming. The Bass Pro Camry hugs that white inside line with the 20 of Crotum behind him. Crotum following in his wake, trying to get the win in the All-Star. Lurkin snaking down the back, trying to break that draft. 2 more corners for Lurkin Tom. The 20 closes the gap into 3. He washes up out of 4. Lurkin Tom will mount a defense, and it will be enough out of the 4th corner. He will win the Thursday Night Thunder All-Star race. Lurkin Tom gets the win. Crotum second, Tommy third. The Fort Worth driver Ryan Pannell finishes 4th. The KC Masterpiece Seth Dub rounds out the top 5, and he had the tires to go the distance, holding off Crotum, Tommy Deplorable, and every other All-Star that TNT could throw at him. But the Bass Pro Tracker Boats pilot comes home in first. Your TNT All-Star winner, Lurkin Tom Gaming. Fans, sit tight. We're going to get top 3 interviews in just a moment. Back on the podium for these top 3 interviews. What another all-star race we've run tonight, and Texas brought on everything we needed for a good show. Crotum, when it's all down to bragging rights, you gave it absolutely everything, and in the end, you managed to come home third. Good run.
Oh yeah, I don't know where I finished. I just know I finished in the top 3. Uh, hit the wall and just frustrated because I mean I had a shot. I was fast enough, so it's just really irritating when you mess up and it just happens and you want to be there and win, but when you mess up yourself, it's kind of just hard to win. And I'm just glad I got top 3.
a fantastic, brilliant race. We'll see you next week at Talladega Croton. Congratulations on the bronze.
Thank you.
COT Tommy, after a roller coaster season with sparse top 3 finishes in the All-Star race, you managed to come home second, and you led laps today. Great run.
Yeah, it was a good run. I actually got Crotom got me there at the end, so I got third, but that's still good. I mean, I I think the 19 and the 20 were definitely a tick better than me. I had a really good car, but not the best car by any means. And I kind of got that clean air and was able to protect the bottom because that high line doesn't work. And with about 2 to go, Lurkin kind of made a little bit of a mistake there, and I was able to get alongside him, but I couldn't. I knew that high line wasn't going to work, so I tried to make an effort for the bottom and kind of screwed myself up and opened the door for Crotum, who got me. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. The car was pretty good. Congrats to Lurkin, congrats to Crotum, and all these guys for. Hopefully, it was a good show.
Fantastic show, Tommy. Congratulations again. And now the winner, driver of that number 19 Bass Pro Camry, Lurkin Tom Gaming. Another win in your TNT belt, and this time it's at the All-Star in Texas.
Yeah, I finally got a All-Star win. I've had some pretty fast cars in these All-Star events we've had across ARCs the past couple weeks, and just have had some pretty bad luck. So happy to finally get an All-Star victory here. Crotum really fast. I had to make a move on him. I think he was coming down. He's coming down, but he's off speed, I think, and so I had to go inside him, or probably wasn't gonna get to the front. So I had to make moves. Had some really rough luck in the beginning of this race. So happy to get a win.
Congratulations on that win, and hopefully you learned a thing or two for Talladega next week, Lurkin. Go on and celebrate. You've earned it, and we'll see you in 7 days' time.
Yeah!
Love it. Rock NASCAR 388, Moldy Muskrat and Bama Trama in the chat tonight. Thank you so very much. Well, it was short, sweet, and to the point, but what an all-star race and another chapter in the Thursday Night Thunder books. 7 days from now, the penultimate race of the season from the Talladega Super Speedway. You cannot miss that next Thursday, 8:30 p.m. right here on Rick James TV for Crotum, for Lurkin Tom Gaming, for COT Tommy. It has been another fantastic thrill. Fans at home, stay safe, take care of each other, and we will